You think this is the real Final Fantasy IV, viewers? It is. I'm H.C. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV Pixel. But before we get started on the Pixel version, I thought I'd start out by showing you the intro of the North American version of Final Fantasy IV on the Super Nintendo, also known as Final Fantasy II over here, since we didn't get the original Final Fantasy II or III at the time. So they thought that would be less confusing. But in any case, one thing that really stands out from this version of the game during the intro is that, yeah, we get a little dialogue here explaining what's going on, instead of just having people flailing their arms around or not really doing much animation, really. But yeah, so that's all they do for killing them. And the crew seems to be a bit more sinister in this translation. Ha ha. Thank you for not resisting. I don't know. Oh, well, he didn't want you to have it, evidently. So, yeah, that's really the only major difference during the intro there. So, let's reset here. And, yeah, so there's the Final Fantasy II there, but, yeah, it's really Final Fantasy IV. But, okay, there's a couple differences in the town in this version of the game. Most notably, the layout is a bit different, and they have a much more extensive tutorial room here that explains a lot about the different mechanics of the game. So if you really want to get into all of that, you could, but I'm not gonna. I just thought I'd show you the room. And one other thing about the town of Baron that's different is in this house over here, there's a little bit of treasure that we could find there on the shelves there and in the pot. But they removed them from just about every remake and port of the game there. But, okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to show you here. So now let's actually get started on the Pixel version. Okay, we're back in the Pixel version here, and before entering the town there, I want to take a look around here for some new enemies. Just like most Final Fantasy games, you walk around long enough and you'll be thrust into a battle with some random group of enemies. And here's one of them, Helldiver. These guys are weak to projectile type weapons like arrows and spears and everything. So they're pretty easy to take down. One thing about them is that they can potentially drop the Cockatrice spell. It's a very rare drop, but you'll need it in order to get one of the achievements that requires getting all of those kind of spells. And here's the other new enemy around here, Floating Eyeballs. Just like the other guys, yeah, they're weak to projectiles. Nothing too extraordinary about those two there. But they are unique to this area, so I wanted to pick them up here now before moving on with the plot. So let me just save there now that I've gotten those. And let's see, I want to show you how the Bestiary works in this version of the game. Unlike previous ports that had a Bestiary in them, these ones are specific to the entire installation of the game, not just an individual file. So that's pretty nice. And one thing they did in one of the early patches of the game was they took enemies that had an ultra rare drop of a spell, like a 1 in 64 drop, and then they switched it with the second rarest item, whatever they would have dropped there. Although this isn't really a good example, but it shows you there's the spell at the very least. So yeah, it is a little less rare than in previous versions of the game, but it's still pretty rare. It will take you hours to do that. I could farm the cockatrice spell now, but I don't want to do it until later because this isn't really a good location to farm them. The enemies aren't that common, and it's really not going to be useful until like the second half of the game anyway. So I might as well wait on that. And I can't really do anything with the spell now anyway. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Well, we don't really need them. Antidotes actually, there's very few enemies in the game that actually poison you. If anything, if I was going to buy some status curing items, I would get eye drops, but even then, there's ways around not needing them. So I'm not going to stock up on anything here. So we'll just save my money for another time. So yeah, let's explore the town of Baron and collect some treasure. Loot the whole place. Gotta collect the hero tax. Let's see, over here. Haha! Yeah, sometimes they'll hide items in pots or shelves or you name it. But let's see, around here, yeah, you could rest up at the inn and it'll restore all of your HP and MP for your party members, but I don't think we need to do that. Well, yeah, I'm bad to the bone. A Dark Knight, what did you expect? Oh, thanks. We don't have a dancer. Let's see, in order to get to the storage room up there, haha, yeah, just examine the swords on the wall there. We can open it up. The Dwarven Bread, let me see, that one. Yeah, so it basically lets you see the world map. It kind of zooms out a bit, though that's kind of pointless in this version of the game. But in any case, yeah, we got another tent for our collection, some eye drops if that ever became necessary. Oh, okay, did I work for the IRS here? I don't know. Oh, thanks, I guess? I thought it was more like, your money's no good here or something, but I guess it depends on which translation you're using. Oh, wow, that was easy. I guess I don't really need to gather more information around here. Well, what do we got up here? The Devil's Road. Oh, okay. Oh. Nuts. Oh, okay. So yeah, they got a little tutorial area over there. Much smaller than the Super Nintendo version. Game? Oh, okay. Not sure why they bothered sealing it. I mean, we got airships. If we wanted to attack you again, we could. I don't know. But yeah, they got a little bit of a few tutorial NPCs around here. Nothing too extraordinary. But yeah, to run from battle, just hold like the L and R buttons or whatever you've set them to in the game there. And yeah, you can manually target all enemies or less than that, or just one, I guess, if you really wanted to. Same thing with magic in the menu there. Yeah, this guy's kind of pointless in this version of the game because we basically have unlimited inventory, or if there is a limit, I've never reached it. But in the Super Nintendo version of the game, you had a much more limited inventory, so you could store them with a fat chocobo there after feeding them some gizzle greens. Well, we don't have anyone with low stamina, but I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, they got a front and back row in this version. Well, every version of the game, really. But it doesn't actually, like, reduce damage or anything. It just, I think it cuts your accuracy in half with physical attacks. Unless you have, like, a long-range weapon or something. But, yeah, you can change equipment mid-battle, too, though I'm not going to be doing that much early in the game there. I'm going to keep the battle speed as high as I can for the game. Makes battles go a lot more quickly. But let me see what we got there. So yeah, battle speed, keep it fast, active. We're good to go. Oh, okay. So yeah, most of the time you can only save on the overworld. But dungeons will have limited save points that you could use, usually before a major boss fight or something. So if you die, you don't have to go through the entire dungeon all over again. But yeah, we got a naming way here, but yeah, nothing that I really want to do. I'm just going to keep everyone on their default names. But alright, let's get out of here. Hey, how's it going? What do you mean? You're not going to tell us, are you? Well, remember that for later, viewers. Now, in the town of Baron, yeah, some of the doors are going to be locked up there. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to explore everywhere around here yet, but we will be able to do a lot here. What do you mean? Oh, okay. Oh. Well, we're just following orders. Oh. Well, thanks, I guess. But, yeah, they got some book titles here for some reason. Oh, well, yeah, don't stand in the fire. I don't know what we need buoyancy for. I mean, we fly airships, not sailing ships. Oh, really? How much better could it possibly be? Well, remember that for later, viewers. But for now, yeah, let's move around a little more quickly here, shall we? Oh. What's the worst that could possibly happen there? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can't even go into the equipment shop here. But yeah, here's where Rosa lives. Bit of a tiny house, but yeah, as you can see, there are no items for us to find around here in this version of the game. What do you mean? Oh, okay. I mean, she's not part of the Red Wings or anything, so yeah, it sounds easy enough. Oh, well, thank you. Let's see, up here. Here's where the dancer is. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Well, that's a thing. But, okay, so if you go down into the water here, you can find a little treasure hidden around here. And in this version of the game, once you collect a hidden treasure like that, you can walk through it. For some reason, I guess it's gone. But in any case, let's see, we also got the Hourglass items that stops all enemies in battle. It's consumable, though, so I generally save it for emergencies. But you can use it whenever you want. And, okay, so we got all those treasures. Yeah, whenever you see one of those hidden treasures there, that's what the items tally means. That's for hidden items. Chests are pretty obvious. We can't get the other 3 chests at this point in the game, but we will be able to do that later on. Let's see, up here. Oh, really? Yeah, maybe that's why they got the door locked. Well, we'll keep that in mind. But anyway, if you go up here, you can find a secret passage. Yeah, Final Fantasy IV, just like Final Fantasy III, yeah, you got these little secret passages through some areas. And by going through that, we can get a little more treasure. But alright, got all that stuff going. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we've gotten all the hidden items around here. We'll just get the rest of the items another time. Same thing with Castle Baron. We can't get more than those 3 chests at the start there. But alright, we're done with our business here. So let's head on over to Mist. Let's see, around here, Yeah, we got a little hidden area, the Chocobo Forest. And you need to visit this area in order to get an achievement in the game for finding all locations or visiting all locations in the game there. So you can find some hidden Gizzle Greens here and use them to up here. Let me see. Yeah, so whenever you see this, or I guess smell, the chocobos around here, use Gizzle Greens, and you get a fat chocobo. So yeah, you could store or withdraw items like a vault or bank there, but there's not really much of a point in this version of the game. Okay, so yeah, we're all at full. Let's find Chocobo and head on over to Mist. So yeah, while you're riding on a Chocobo, you can't run into any enemies on the overworld there. But okay, yeah, let's make a save here and head on in. Yeah, I like how they got some mist going on here in the foreground. It's a nice touch. And here we got a new enemy, Insectus. These guys can counter magical attacks with the Osmo spell, which would drain your MP, though that's not really relevant here. It's more relevant in the next area. So if you don't encounter them here for your Bestiary collection, you can find them later. And you notice I had Kane use his jump command, which creates a delay on his attack in exchange for dealing more damage. I only used that here because Kane might not be able to kill them in one hit with his regular attack. But usually jump isn't so much useful for the increased damage, but more so for dealing more damage per attack against enemies that counter physical attacks. So it's a lot more useful if you know the enemy's AI scripts. Who's there? If you're trying to scare us, you're not doing a very good job. But yeah, this is a pretty short dungeon for us to go through. And here we got another new enemy, Flying Eyes. Those guys are weak to projectile attacks, so Kane's spear is very good against them. If they ended up being alone or in a group with no other different enemies, they can potentially use their powder attack that would blind you. So you might want to watch out for that, but if you kill them the way I did, that'll never happen. So that's why you don't really need to use or have eye drops there. But it could potentially come up against them. Here we got another new enemy, Goblins. They are pretty unremarkable overall, though they do have the Goblin spell as an item drop, and I would like to get it from them here, not so much because it's the best place to farm it from them, but because I want to have it by the time it would be remotely useful. But we'll see how that goes. Here we got another new enemy, Sword Rat. These guys counter physical attacks with a needle attack, so this is where jump would be really useful against them, so that way I can one-shot them instead of giving them an opportunity to counter there. But otherwise, pretty easy to get through all these guys. Hey, the Goblin spell! There we go! Let's see, that took me about 30 minutes to get there. 30 minutes worth of attempted recordings, that is. So usually it takes me hours to get a spell drop from enemies. Now, we can't use it right now, but I will be using it later. Well, if you wanted us to leave, you probably should have told us when we were closer to the entrance than the exit of the place. It doesn't exactly sound like the best plan. Oh, the Phantom Beast. Wow. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Uh-oh. What kind of consequences? You're not going to tell us, are you? What happens if I say no? Oh, okay, it just kicks you back out. But actually, before going up there, let's make a quick save. Just in case something goes wrong. Okay, yeah, let's just skip through this real quick then. Yeah, you need to in order to advance the plot. We gotta deliver this bomb ring. Uh-oh. But can we defeat the Phantom Beast of Mist? Find out next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy IV Pixel. This is HC Bailey, signing off. Have a good day. But, alright, so there we got an achievement for killing 100 enemies in the game. But, yeah, that's just because I've been trying to farm the Goblin spell off-screen.